Hello, good morning. It is a beautiful Thursday, February 25th. My oldest child turns 23 today. Mind blowing that I have a child that old. Look at this face. It's youthful. It was funny. I talked to him this morning and I was like, "You're 22, 23, 22, 23." He laughed at me. I'm like, "My God, 1998. Okay, you're 23." Because, real parenting, sometimes remembering our kids' dates of birth and actual ages. Like, I barely remember how old I'm turning, let alone all my children. But I'm excited for him because 23 is a fun age. And I gave birth on this day 23 years ago. Crazy! I would have been kind of in pre-labor right now. Super fun. I wanted to pop in and talk to you guys about this equation. I actually wrote about it in The Blind Leap. If you haven't read that book, it's a really super powerful book about creating a business from the inside out, one that aligns with the energy of your own internal landscape and, activating and amplifying it through the use of source, creator, universe, all those kinds of things. Now, the magical equation in itself is what I do in order to have and create and be and do and have like all the amazing things in my business. And it's what I coach with my clients. And so just to give you a little bit, like over the last, I would say 36 hours, the magical equation has come up a lot. So it's time to have a little like redo on the lesson plan of this. And it's always helpful for me to hear as well, because without any of these three components, then we don't have the whole equation and we don't get the ease. Doesn't mean we can't get to where we want to go, but we're looking for the ease in where we want to go. So it doesn't have to feel like work and it doesn't have to feel like struggle, and it's not like, oh, we're like clawing and climbing and it's, all of those kinds of things. So belief is, the one that most people, I don't think, significantly understand. And I want to take a hot minute here and kind of go over it, because belief is actually your capacity to hold the vision of it even when you can't see it. See, the most of this, and I just started the book, The Kabbalion, because spiritual laws, y'all, they my jam. And the Kabbalion is the Hermetic principles of the Order of the Dawn. It was based on Hermes Trismegistus, maybe not said that right, who was the original like scribe of the gods in Egypt way many years ago. And he basically came to the conclusion of these spiritual laws that have been, kept in circuit since his dawn. And, one of the most potent, powerful things about belief is that, we have what we experience and what is experienced. That's the way that he was describing it in the book. And I liked it because, we're looking at our material world and we can say it's not there, right? Like you might look up and you say, yeah, well, I want a diamond ring. Why isn't there a diamond ring? Why is nobody giving me a diamond ring? I've been thinking about a diamond ring for months, years. Yet the diamond ring isn't on the table. Know what I'm saying? And, there is a level in which what we believe will occur, what we believe is coming to us, has to be, what's the word I want? Absolute. 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 So that means if in your business you are like, I just want to have, a 5K month, a 10K month, a 6-figure month, right? And you go about thinking about that, and then your roof leaks. And you go into, wow, okay, so clearly Spirit's got something against me because my roof is leaking. So, I'm asking for money, and the material world is offering me a different form of what I'm asking for. I want to invite you not to see these as tied, as combined into one thing. The absolute in belief is that you are saying this is coming or this is for me. When I decided that I was moving, that was absolute. Nothing was going to stop me from moving. Even when I didn't have the money in the bank to get my ass over to halfway across Canada, I was absolute that it was going to happen for me, period, exclamation mark, no matter what I could see in my physical reality. And I can promise you that every step of the way, all my needs were met and taken care of, because the knowing that this was occurring was greater than anything that I could see in my current reality. So it was like I shot that rocket of desire, as Abraham Hicks says, into the sky, and I was like, now I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I wrote out a list of what my ideal house would have in fine detail. Like everything is in this house that I wrote on that list, including an ice machine in my fridge, except for the fact that I wanted waterfront. But I am steps away from a hiking trail, like literally 5 minutes to get into Thetis Lake, which is like waterfront for me. Okay, so I got 99% of that list, and I have no neighbors that I see out my windows. Like, I mean, it is ideal here. It's everything that I desired. So the belief is greater than anything else. I also write lists where it's like, this is how I'm going to feel when I'm in alignment to my belief, right? So these are the I will know I'm in my belief when I feel these things. Activated, excited, whatever. And then I have a list, and these are things I've done, of how will I know that I'm not in my belief? What are the emotions or the sensations or feelings that I will feel if I'm not believing that this is true for me? And then I have a third column that says, what will I do in order to bring myself back into the space of knowing that it is here, happening, and for me? Right, so that's a little life hack there. That's something that I do to stay in the knowing, stay in my belief, because that belief is holding the vision. It's knowing it's for you. It's like, I say my calendar fills with ease. So many people book to have clarity calls with me, and my calendar is filling, right? My calendar is filling, because if you're thinking, leads are so hard to come by, like you just can't get people on the phone, you're creating that reality. That is the desire, the rocket of desire that you're putting out. So your belief creates your reality. So I really wanted to take a moment to talk about a belief. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it. It's for you. I remember when my first, when I joined the author incubator, and my coach at the time, Angela, was like, never charge less than $1,000 for a 6-week program. And I was like, I believe that. I'm gonna make that a belief. I chose that for myself. I chose that belief for myself, right? That's why Badass Bundle is so badass. When I offered it last week, it's the only thing I've ever charged for less than $1,000 in many, many moons outside of like events and readings. But when I believed that, when I believed truly and completely, if other people were doing this, if this was real in other people's lives, it was real for me, and the level of service in exchange for that result was through the roof, because I believed the service I gave was the value, right? Like that was the value exchange. And when I believed that so fully, people started paying me $1,000. I charged, I think $1,000 for Becoming Me when it first launched. 2 people signed up, and I bumped it to $2,500 that quickly, just like that. I think maybe 3 people, and I bumped it to 23, but it wasn't a lot. 2 or 3 people said yes at $1,000, and then it was a $2,500 program, period, exclamation, because I knew that was the cost for people to do the work for themselves. Because when we pay minuscule amounts, I was like, people don't show up the same way. But I believed that. I believe that. I still believe that. I know that to be the truth, because I don't show up if doesn't cost me enough to show up, and I've seen it with my clients. So there's a belief. You find your belief, right? What is it that you want, desire in your life or your business right now, and you believe it to be yours, that you are worthy, deserving, and it is on its way to you right now. Then comes the second part of the equation, which is trust. I spent like 10 minutes, more than that, on belief. That's how much I believe that belief is the link. Trusting fully that the universe is conspiring with you right now to bring that to you. So, oftentimes we want to like hyper focus on the outcome, like clench it, make it so tight, because we're like, it's gotta happen, it's gotta be da-da-da-da-da. Not allowing spirit to do its job, being in the business partnership with spirit, allowing, that you trust that when you say something, when you are so fully embodied in it, that it is on its way. That's trusting the divine. And so that means that you don't get in your head and create stories about how it's not showing up, or how it's not coming to you, or all the ways that it may not happen, and plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, you know what I'm saying? You stay in a level of trust. I believe this, I'm visualizing, I know this is true for me. I trust fully that the universe is conspiring with me to make this happen for me right now. And then you take inspired action. And inspired action is that you do what you enjoy and love to bring it to life. There is joy, there is play, there is, fun in this experience. I'm going to use the example of I used to say that I hated tech, which wasn't inspired action. The shift for me was when I decided I was a tech genius. If you can go back and follow any of my videos, you will hear, or podcasts, I shifted my belief around technology. I went from being, I hate tech, tech's the worst, I hate finances, finances are the worst, to I'm a tech genius and I'm a steward of my wealth. And when I shifted how I aligned myself to these statements, because words are the most powerful, they are the most powerful creators in your life. And when I shifted these things and started taking inspired action with technology and with my finances, things that felt really juicy, hiring the right people. I fucking love Canva now. Oh my God, I could just live in Canva. Everything changed. Everything changed. I don't see any comments on this, so I am just gonna pop into here because I see 5. So the key here, guys, is that you want to have belief, you want to have trust, you take inspired action. It doesn't mean that you have to sit at your desk from 9 to 5 every day to create a business that is lucrative and money flows in with ease. It means that when you are invested in the energy of your business, you are invested in the energy of your business. If you want to go for a walk, take a lunch, masturbate during the day, do it. If that feels like it is in alignment for you to show up even more fully in a higher vibrational state for your humans, for those that you are in this world to co-create with. So that's the key. This is the key, right? This is the magical equation. When you believe fully in that in which you desire and you trust that it is on its way to you and you take inspired action to make it so, it is inevitable. It is inevitable. It will absolutely manifest. And, being in that space, you can't think or believe something to be real and say different, right? The belief is all encompassing. That's the absoluteness. You can't be in your head like, it's totally no, this is happening. And then somebody says, so how's it going in your business? And you're like, oh, it's terrible. Like, I can't fill my calendar. Nothing is happening. I can't make any money. That's not belief, y'all. Like, you are like taking it and you're just staring on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So belief is absolute. It's your thoughts, it's your words, it's your body language, it is how you exist in this world. It is all of you. It's cellular. Belief plus trust plus inspired action. That is what creates ease and money flowing into your business. So if you have any comments, thoughts, please place them in the chat box. I love talking about this, and I look forward to popping in again soon.